Hi everybody, Luke Hector here, and thankfully I was able to get the two review videos that I wanted done this week, Hegemony and the Star Wars deck building game. You should have already seen Hegemony go up, and hopefully that's doing well, but the Star Wars deck building game you may have seen already or not, I don't know, it depends which order I do these next two in, but I figured I got time to do one more video before I go away on my cruise, which, you know, I may or may not be already on it by the time you watch this video, and I'm taking a break from everything, work, blog, life, everything, the universe and everything, and just taking a week off to tour around Northern Europe. Might even be in a Rotterdam board game cafe at this point, we never know. But I figured I got time for one more video, just one, and it was gonna have to be a Kickstarter roundup. Not that there's a huge amount on Kickstarter to really get myself excited about. I mean, there's two projects really. The rest I'm kind of like, let's see what they're like, because I've heard about them or I've seen people talk about them. So I figured let's just go for it and see. So as always, I know very little about most of these projects. I'm going in half blind, with the exception of a couple, one of which I've backed and one of which I clearly have some interest in. We'll get to that later. But I'm armed with my coffee, decaf of course, and basically a StreamYard account, so why don't we get a move on and see. So first up, we're going to take a look at an Age Contrived, which I will do the second I bothered to share this screen. I can't believe I wasn't doing that already. Here we go. Whoop! The miracles of the powers of YouTube and everything. So here we go, an Age Contrived. Now, I've seen some people review this recently. They must have had some preview copies from the publisher, although I have no idea who Bellows Intent is. You know, this is completely new on me. I don't even remember them asking for, reviewers, although to be honest, I am trying to take a break from doing Kickstarter reviews. Occasionally Alley Cat gets my, attention, but for the most part, I'm kind of done with Kickstarter reviews. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of time, and for the most part, it just gets overshadowed by the people who everybody watches on Kickstarter, the ones who say everything's great and awesome, even when you're part of a team. So, I know nothing about this game, really. I mean, it's got some funky-looking miniatures here, a little cardboard ship and a tower. And apparently, this is a game of engine building. Yay, that doesn't really narrow things down, people, okay? An engine-building Euro game. Like most of them, maybe, I don't know. But fantasy gods? We'll see. And it's quite a nice looking cover, but this is clearly, what, like a first creation? I mean, how many things have Bellows Intent done? Yep, this is their first created game, so this is something completely new, completely different. Oop, let's get in there. So, alright, a competitive strategy game of engine building. So, engine building, resource programming, don't know about programming, chaining combos. Yep, again, tell me something new. Up to 2 players, it's up to 2 hours, fine. 1 to 5 players. Now, hopefully that means the solo mode's half decent. I'm going to bet money that the 5-player option is not worth playing, because 5 is usually put on the box just to sell more copies. But let's see, the usual people saying it's amazing and everything. So, what have we got here? Inspire your followers to construct monuments out of cardboard. Oh no, it's a magnetic construct. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's fair enough. Your device works like a conveyor belt. On an advanced turn, slide your channel of tiles forward and program them with your energy tokens. This could be something where things just go to pot without realizing. On the actions turn, use your programmed energy tokens to take as many actions as you can afford. Stop any time. Upgrade your device. I mean, that seems cool. Positive player interaction, though. As each section of a monument is completed, all contributing players gain benefits, while only the competing player gets to bind their energy token for points. Is this going to be a bit like Blue Moon City from Knizia? Because I wasn't a huge fan of that game. And some asymmetrical powers. Okay. Core game, $65. Not that expensive, although it doesn't look like there's a huge amount in the box, apart from a few miniatures that I bet the game does not need. I mean, it could have been something else and saved a bit of money. But fine, and maybe a lot of that cost is going to the magnetic monuments. But, of course, you're going to go to $100 because you're going to want these mechanical steel boards. I'm pretty sure these are going to be worth that extra cost. Core edition components, a module, and whatever this tree monument is. So what do you get in a Founders version? Add Infinite, which makes it more luxurious. What's it give you? Collector's edition components. Well, what else is it giving you then? An ink wash to your miniatures, metal tokens, cardboard player boards to get you up and running faster. Well, what's the point in the mechanical boards then if you've got cardboard ones? I don't quite get it. But, oh yeah, so yeah, this is one thing. I saw Board Game Ramblings had done something on it, but like I say, I have no idea. I'd never heard of it. It's not exactly singing to me, to be honest. I mean, okay, you've got 4 miniatures that look nice, but the game doesn't sound like something I'm gonna like. I mean, yeah, it depends how this programming thing works with doing these little tokens, which looks like they're trying to rip straight off Azul with those tiles. But I'm not seeing anything here that's grabbing me from a gameplay perspective. And as I say, it's hard for me to really... Well, I'm saying that Paul Grogan has done a tutorial and a playthrough on it, so maybe I should give that a watch and see for myself. Could be pretty sweet from that one. I mean, I can certainly... I mean, he may not always be right about his opinions, but I can certainly trust him to do an honest one. But let's see. Okay. Fine. Nope. Same old, although give Board Gaming Ramblings have a watch. See what they say. Okay, but yeah, I don't know. Nothing's really shouting to me on this one. It could be great, but nothing's making me want to go near this on Kickstarter. Righty, Chomp, Couture, Sail, and Mindspace. Okay, now, I don't know much about most of these. The only reason Sail is somewhere on my wavelength is because the Dice Tower keep talking about it from box cover perspectives. And it's a nice box cover, but the best ever? I mean, yeah, it's got a nice bit, it's got some nice use of colour, and it's a ship on water, but I've seen better board game covers. I don't know why this one gets so, like heralded by them, but it's not bad, it's just nice and pretty. I don't know, I've just seen more interesting box covers, but this is apparently 4 small box games. Okay, so small boxes, big games. Alright, they're small boxes and they're small games. Don't try to sell them as big games, okay? But this is from boardgametables.com, who do okay-ish tables. They do half-decent game bags. Well, I say half-decent. Their straps keep breaking. The shoulder straps seem to struggle the second you put weight into the bags. God forbid you might actually want a bag that actually holds board games, but fine. And certainly I think the main guy who runs it or something is not particularly good at listening to criticism about board games he likes, which I found out on Twitter. But other than that, these games look fine, I guess. They're pretty well produced, I'll give them that. They've got some decent meeples and that, but what are these games all really about? So, Chomp is a... What do you do with Chomp? Each turn you choose... Oh, wait, is it... Oh, wait. Oh, no, they're semi-roundups. Each turn you choose to take a point-scoring goal card or a card to grow your dino inhabited land, score points for feeding your dinos and fulfilling your goal cards. Is there a more... Oh, here we go. Layered tile laying. Multiple simultaneous actions, puzzly polyomino roll and write. Yep, not interested. Sail, though, a cooperative trick taker. Now, is this just trying to rain on the whole, oh, the crew is popular, therefore I'll do it craze? Though, to be honest, I'd try it. I would certainly try a cooperative trick taker, frankly, because Fox and the Forest Duet did it well, and so did the crew, so I would certainly be interested in it. As it works, steer your boats left and right, fight the Kraken based on which cards are played to the tricks and who wins each trick. Okay. Sounds interesting. I would certainly give that one a try. 4 difficulty levels, build your own. Yeah, that's certainly more interesting so far. Each turn there are 3 simultaneous auctions. You can't win them all, but can you win the right ones? Nah, it's an auction game, not that fussed. And I have no interest. I'm sorry, I mean, that literally, the first thing I thought of when I saw that was Cartographers and the... Oh, what's the other small one that has you drawing? Silver and Gold. Yeah, literally those 2 games came to my mind the second I looked at that. That just looks like a clone of those games. I am done with all these, like, you know, draw and write polyomino things. It's like, this is a genre that is so bloated. Get over yourselves and make something different. We need innovation. I've literally just reviewed 2 games this week, Obsession and Hegemony, that actually try something different, okay? You know, and you can tell how much I like those. So... I mean, they're well produced by the looks of it, and they got some nice artists, and they're cheap. Not gonna say, I mean, $19 for a game is cheap for anything on Kickstarter right now. I don't know about the what do you call it, the delivery, but then 76 gets you 4 games. I mean, $76 is what, about like £68 for Great Britain? So £68 and you get 4 games, which is essentially 16, 17 quid a game. Not bad. And that's including expansions and some upgraded components. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. Although, let's see, ships to anywhere in the world. Blimey, they made a lot of small games, apparently. So, yeah, I certainly want to try Sail. If it comes out on retail, I want to try Sail and give that one a go. But the other 3 aren't really saying much to me. But September 23 is a pretty nice timetable, or you're going to get it quick if nothing else. Alright, Scholars of the South Tigris. Yeah, spoiler alert, I've already backed this. Did you think I wasn't going to? Now, bear in mind, I've not actually played the game. I don't like playing games on TTS before I've played the physical game. I like to play the physical game first, then check out the mods. So it's just the way I prefer it. Now, of course, I've backed this purely because it's Garfield Games. I mean, Garfield Games are making some great games for me at the moment. I may not like every single thing they produce, but the ones that I do like from them, I like a lot. And so far, I really liked Wayfarers. I know it's not for everybody, but I really enjoyed Wayfarers. So hopefully they'll continue the trend. However, the second game in the West Kingdom trilogy was Paladins, which I liked at first and now I've dwindled to just being okay. I'm worried that this might follow a similar trend, and to be honest, what I'm seeing from here is a lot of complication, a lot of fiddling around with the dice, more so than Wayfarers had. I mean, there's a lot of dice in there, and possibly one too many rules. It does look like you do so much with these dice, and I'm really concerned. I mean, they say, like, to help support colorblind players, a mix of blacks and white pips and opaque translucent dice have been used with icons to match. I don't think that's going to be enough. I don't think colorblind people are going to have fun with this. So hopefully, they're probably finding something else to play. This new type of insert is adequate, but not brilliant. But I mean, that does look reasonable. The only problem is trying to get your fingers in these little cubby holes is an absolute nightmare. So I can imagine that making, an insert for them like Folded Space, which reminds me, I need to ask them about doing the coverage for the Folded Space Architects and Viscounts inserts they made, or whatever they were. Or was it Ragers? I can't remember. But yeah, they've made some inserts for those big boxes. I need to hurry up and get on that. But yeah, I mean, the main thing is that Garfield Games do reliable Kickstarters. So they're upfront with everything. There's none of this stupid, like, oh, here's some Kickstarter exclusives and you can only get this if you're on Kickstarter. Not going to happen. Although, one thing that might be interesting to know is, let's see, Slicker Drip, is that a Slicker Drips one? I can't tell. Doesn't really, 7th Kickstarter, is that Slicker Drips? I can't really tell. It's not an easy link to sort of say what it is. I assume it is. But, yeah, the good buddies Brendan and down at All Aboard Gamer have done some actual reviews and live 2-player gameplays of this. So I might have to give those a watch and see if the game's tickling my fancy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, give those go, guys. Hashtag support small creators. Go support them. All right. But they're upfront with the prices, and the prices, because it converts to New Zealand dollars, are actually not that bad. I mean, Coin Scholar, for 90 New Zealand dollars, or sorry, worked out at about 40-something pound. I can't remember, like 48-ish pound. And then it has the shipping on top, which is not the cheapest ever, but it's not as bad. So 32 NZD. I wanted the metal coins as well, so 32 NZD. So I think it was 122 NZD. to GBP. Right, so here we go. Yeah, so this whole thing cost me £63 to back. Not the cheapest price you're ever going to get the game, but for a game of this, weight and possibly enjoyment, plus the promos, plus a set of 50 metal coins, it's not a bad price. It's comparable to what you'll get at retail, and I'll get it a little bit sooner so I can give you guys a review. Yeah, don't let it be said I don't do something nice for my Patreons. Now there'll be a review when I get this game. But yeah, I'm curious to play it. Well, obviously I'm curious to play it. I mean, they do a reliable Kickstarter and they've made some great games, but I'm not going to go, oh my god, Scholars, oh, I can't wait, No, I'm going to, temper my expectations, mainly because it's the second in the run, and so was Paladins. And from what I'm seeing, this game is going to be even more super dry than the others, with a lot of colorblind sort of fiddliness there, but we shall see. The artwork's still cool and it still looks great, and I've got confidence in this team. Sadly, they're never able to send me a review copy due to the delivery rates, although there's quite a few people here that live in the States. How much cheaper is it to ship to the States from New Zealand? I'm not entirely sure, but curious to know the figures. But either way, as I say, I'm getting this game, and I'll give it an independent, honest review once I get hold of it. Right. Oh yeah, you want fun. Yee! Sentinels, the Multiverse, more stuff for Sentinels, because Sentinels is awesome. I've got it over there. I haven't had time to play it this week. I really wanted some time to play it. I'm gonna have to wait till I get back off the cruise. But yep, another expansion. I haven't even got Rook City Renegades yet. Not because it hasn't fulfilled, but because I don't back these. Why on earth don't you back these? Because shipping and UK tax. Like I said, the UK has screwed itself out of any importance. Of course I want this. I want more content. I want Rook City Renegades. But you get to the price and the shipping. A minimum of $26. And yes, that is including the VAT and tax, but that's a minimum of 26. It could be higher. I don't know what it is to the UK. It could be 39 for all I care. And the game itself is, still, what, like $50, I think? So I'm paying anywhere between $75 to $90 for this. For basically an expansion. No, not for the UK market. This isn't a great value game. And to be honest, you only have to wait about a couple of months before it hits retail, sort of. 3 months max. I think people were starting to get this in December, January time, and we're getting pre-orders now in the UK, but no one's released it yet. So I'm hoping that by the end of March, we'll actually see this released. In which case, I can wait a few months to get more Sentinels content. It's not like I'm strapped for choice here. But Sentinels Disparation is basically kind of taking a big knock out of the Shattered Timelines expansion from the previous edition, as well as a couple of mini packs. But yep, it's another expansion. So Omnitron X, not one of my favourite heroes to pilot, but pretty powerful. Parse was one I quite liked. It was very good for card draw, so some heroes really like teaming up with Parse. And Parse was basically an intelligent Hawkeye, which I thought was quite a cool thing. The Chrono Ranger, sort of like a Western-style bounty hunter that goes through time. Knife, basically Metal Gear Solid. And the Visionary, who's all about messing around with the opposing deck, which can be very useful indeed. Very useful when done right. But on top of that, look at this. 9 villains. 9 villains, that's insane. Now, is that going to involve like a little mini team maybe? Possibly, because there have been mini teams, so it could be that's how you make up the 9, but there's a lot of villains. They could easily do 9 proper villains, but yeah, more variants, 5 environments, and these heroes. Why would I not want this? I want this. They haven't revealed much at the moment because they're doing this whole reveal over time thing, but yeah, let's have a look at the Chrono Ranger then. So, here we go. Fastest guns in the West, Q&A, but do we see his picture? So here he is. Deals 1 target projectile damage. You may either play or discover a bounty card. I'm sure that's going to be pretty good because bounty cards are his thing. Dead or alive, kill on sight, temporal grenade, the Mazada. Damage dealt with this power to targets next to bounty cards is irreducible. Nice. Irreducible can be pretty good. But yeah, well, blimey, a time-traveling bounty hunter Western Ranger who's got an arm like Bucky from the MCU. Okay, cool. But, yeah, I mean, of course I want this. I'm not going to back it because I can't afford it with the shipping on top and the tax. And I'm surprised I don't get these to review, frankly. But the game itself, yeah, I love Sentinels in the Multiverse. I love this new Definitive Edition. When Rook City comes out, I am buying it immediately. And as soon as, in fact, Kienda might even be able to get a copy for me. Maybe I'll be able to do a review on it. But, yeah, although what's the review? It's more stuff. It's more content. I think it's just more that they're going to save me a copy and I'll buy it. But, yeah, when this comes out, I'll buy it as well. It's Sentinels. It's got cool heroes. It's got cool villains. I'll be very intrigued to see what 9 villains you get in here. But, bring it on. I want more. Right, let's have a look. Let's go for Wanderlust. Discover the World by Pectus Studio. Now, this is their first project on Kickstarter, but I swear they've done other games before. 2 to 5 player racing game, so I'm going to assume that the 5 player sucks, and possibly the 2 player has a variant. It's probably a 3 or 4 player game. Hand management, route building, with charming illustrations. It's a pretty nice cover, I'll give it that. Board looks fine. If you love route building, set collection, and hand management. You forgot the space in hand management. It does sound cool, although fast-paced, family-friendly, racing, 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, 15 to 20 minutes per player. I thought it was going to be 15 to 20 minutes, like, total. 15 to 20 minutes per player, though. I mean, 40 to 90 minutes. 45 to 90 minutes. I mean, that's quite a stretch. 45 to, 2.5 hours to 3 hours is not a huge bandwidth. 45 to 90 is quite a big bandwidth. So, I don't know if that's going to be accurate with the time. Screen fundamentals, 2 variants. Oh, please don't say... Oh, right. family-friendly variant and advanced gamer variant. That's fine. I thought it was going to be like co-op and competitive. I hate it when games do that. So, yeah, I mean, it looks nice, but what exactly did you do? So you get transport tickets. Each kind of ticket is necessary to take its corresponding route. So, choosing the right route. Get transport tickets. Traveling to a destination at the right time before someone else snatches it. So is this kind of a cross between, like, Ticket to Ride and... I can't think of many other games like that. Like Airlines Europe, maybe? Yeah, you bring your memory back. Ports, postcards, souvenirs. I'm trying to think. Anybody I know and look after? Any small creators doing oh, blimey, that is nice art. Wow. Yeah, that does look gorgeous. Gotta give it that. Player boards look neat. I mean, this looks nice. Something I would try. Maybe not something I would desperately want to back on Kickstarter. Right, what have we got here? So gain a ticket. Travel. Can spend tickets to travel from their current location. La la la. So they travel around. Gain travel experience. Gain collectibles. I mean, the only thing that worries me is that this is an action point game. I think my voice is starting to go. I need to wrap this up soon. But, yeah, the fact that you have... So, take turns providing exactly 2 actions. And the first action is... It says for 1 action point, though. So, you get action points. This worries me, because when you have a game that gives you a bunch of action points and you spend them all, this creates a lot of analysis paralysis. So, that's why the game takes up to 90 minutes. I mean... Seems cool. Seriously, is there a reason why the spelling is off on some of these words? But it sounds nice. Whoa, what the... 5... Hang on. You as one of the encounter... Oh, I don't pay for that rubbish. Like to travel effect 2 copies. Alright, so what is the actual cost of this game? So, €53. €53, $56, about £50. Seems quite a lot, although it does have pretty good components and artwork, so maybe it's not that bad. €53 plus shipping. What's the shipping? Shipping. Where's the shipping? Oh, it must be local. They're cheaper to do it here than they are anywhere else. €7 is a pretty good deal. Where are they? They're located in Germany, and yet it costs less to ship to UK than it does Germany. How's that work? Don't get that. But, hey, seems cool. I mean, I'd certainly try this. I don't think it's one that I'm desperate to see, but, you know, nice trio there. Yeah, I'd give this a look. You know, the artwork and the simplicity of the rules does sound pretty good. I'm just wondering if there's enough game there. Although, it's not currently funding. I mean, 21 days to go. This has clearly been on for at least a few days, surely, but not a lot of people going for it so far. But then I guess it needs to have more appeal than just the fact that the artwork looks cool. Alright, Street Fighter V Champion Edition from Colossal Games. Thankfully not Jaxo Games, which is there. Although, Blacklist Games. Blacklist Games did Street Masters, which I really love. But they've had some problems with Kickstarter, so I'd be a little bit wary of there. But I think it's Colossal Games that is mainly in charge of this. Although, just... be wary. The fact that that name is on there, I would certainly find out more about why they're on that list. But the last time a Street Fighter game came out, which was Jaxo Games and Angry Joe had made it, the miniatures looked fantastic, but the game was god-awful as far as I heard. But this one looks bland. Yeah, I mean, the cover is nice, but is that it? You know, colourless minis. I mean, the minis are half decent, I guess, and there's some cards and ability stuff with them. Okay, fine, but that board looked really uninspiring. Okay, yeah, I know about the miniatures and stuff. Show me the game. I don't care about expansions. Show me the game. Or did I skip over like the one section that was on it? And how much does it want? A single copy for $75, which is not cheap. So to get the expansion and all revealed content, 115. To get all the expansions, 150. Why can't you just sell me the base game and let me find out if the game's any good or not before you start shoving expansions on me? This is the sort of thing that puts me off your campaign. Alright, well, how do you actually play this? Man, you gotta go down a long way before you get to how to play. And, where is it? Okay, so... play 2 style cards from your hand. Well, the artwork's nice. Resolve the actions. saved in your combo meter. Yep, cool. Charge your fighter's X gauge, use it for special abilities. And you move their miniatures on the board, so it's kind of got a Street Master style feel, I guess. I mean, I like the Street Fighter games, but is this going to be anything particularly good? And I don't like the sound of it being like a co-op dungeon crawler. That just seems a little bit weird, but it is cooperative, so we'll see. But has anybody else done content on this? Nope. The same people, the same everything is awesome people, so I don't really know what to make of it. You're not going to get it till next year, April, for a lot of you, or February, I guess, so that's quite a long time to wait for this. But there's very little about how the game plays. I mean, there was just that little bit there, and that's about it. And again, the thing goes into so much detail about, look, expansion, 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 expansion. I mean, look at this, all right? 4 Kings gives you more stuff. M. Bison, Vega, Balrog, Edmund Honda, Blanca, and Guile. These are fighters in the expansion box. These are the core fighters of the main game. And you're telling me that they're in an expansion. So what do you get in the main game then? Where is it? What, these? Alex, Jury... Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait, really? So hang on. So you get Ryu, Ken, Dhalsim, fine. Arm Mika, never heard of you. Chun-Li, fine. Laura. Oh, yeah, Laura. That's a terrifying name. Karen, Ibuki, Birdie, at least good Zangief, Rashid, and Sakura. I mean, granted, my experience with Street Fighter is mostly the early stuff, like Super Nintendo, Street Fighter 2 Turbo and that, but who's Karen, Ibuki, Sakura, and Birdie? I've never heard of these characters. And Armika? But seriously, these are the fighters that you're putting in the core box. No, you put those fighters in an expansion, and you give me Blanca and M. Bison at least, and certainly Edmund Honda, for crying out loud. How's that an expansion? That just seems like a cheap way to get people to buy the expansions to get all their favourite characters, while you put the Z-list team in the main set. I don't know. It looks too expensive, it doesn't look great on the table, it's just basically showing off a bunch of miniatures. It just feels like every other game that has miniatures and takes an IP, and you know that because it's based on an IP, just like the Skyrim review I did, it's going to be stupidly expensive because of the IP. IPs cost a lot of money, which means less money goes into the actual development of the game. So I'm always wary when a proper IP is used for a game, because usually it doesn't work out well. Alright. And finally, the Red Dragon Inn 9 Undercity, a standalone expansion to the Red Dragon Inn. I've only played this game once, and it was, it was fine. Bit, it's chaotic, it's random, fine, but it is meant to be just basically a slugfest, like Slugfest games. But it did seem to take a while as well. I mean, I don't remember it being the shortest game in the world, but it also seemed a bit too much rules for what it is. I mean, this is basically a chaotic luck fest, okay? You go around a bar and you're beating each other up, throwing chairs at each other and stuff, okay? That's fun, alright? That's fine. Not a problem with that. But this is basically just, a slugfest. It's a luck-driven slugfest. And yet, you've got to, go through lots of different player powers, you've got all the various rules of the game, and it's not an easy game. I mean, there's plenty of text on cards and all sorts of different things to do and that. It's got, like, a few too many rules for the type of game that it is. This game kind of needs to be a simpler thing, because I remember it just taking a while to get through the teach and the main game, particularly when you got a lot of players that are all acting. It was okay. I get some appeal for it, but I wasn't desperately into it, although that's not necessarily a bad shipping price, $17. But how much is the game? So, Eco. Everything from the Kickstarter without the other box, $35. Well, it is a standalone expansion, so I guess they can't charge too much. $5 more if you have the box. I mean, that's interesting. Okay, so it's a Kickstarter edition, but basically if you want to not have a stupidly big box, you can essentially have it for £4 less. Help save the planet a bit, and if you don't need the box, then you don't need the box, so why get the box? Not bad, not bad, but yeah, this is mainly, I'm just looking at it here in case anybody is a Red Dragon fan. I just wasn't that blown away by it, and to be honest, I barely see it played, so I can't imagine there's that many fans of it out there, but hey, if you like it, more content, although this is number 9. Do you not have enough content for this game by now? It seems like we're kind of done with it. Right, my voice is starting to disappear, and I do want a voice for the crew, so I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Just wanted to have a nice, quicker video for people to see. So, pick of the week. I feel like I'm being a little bit biased here, frankly. It's hard to say, really. I mean, I've backed one of them, and I really love the other. But as much as I like Sentinels and the Multiverse as a game, it is still quite a high shipping cost. I'm not sure I agree with this whole, revealing stuff as you go along motif. I think you should just reveal it off the get-go, because I think it's hurting your backers by doing that. Not to mention it fills my inbox with a ton of updates, and the shipping and the cost kind of makes it a little bit prohibitive. But I do think that if you're into Sentinels, you're going to get this. This is an expansion for those who like the game. It's not like you're buying it if you've never seen the game before. So I'm giving it to Scholars. I mean, it's one I've actually put my money behind, so that says something. It's 1 to 4 players, no stupid 5th player thing. The solo modes have been getting a lot better with the the Garfield games at the moment. But you know where they stand, you know how much you're paying up front, you know there's no Kickstarter exclusive nonsense, and you know they deliver quite quick. I mean, it says November 23. It will arrive pretty much around November 23, give or take a month for delays. But Wayfarers was meant to arrive in December or so, and it arrived the last week in November. I think it was slightly ahead of itself, I'm not sure. But, they are timely, they are honest, and they do a good job on these Kickstarters. Just simple, tell me what's in the box, tell me how it sort of plays, give me, the links later. But they do maybe go a little bit too far on some of these links. But yeah, I also probably wouldn't say no to maybe some more explanations of how it plays in text form. Because you've got all these ways of saying like, oh look, here's all the components and here's how to play video and blah 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 blah. But apart from that, you basically just have a tiny little overview, some key features, and that's it. You expect me to click on a video or a playthrough, which generally are long, before I actually find out how to play this game. But, all aboard gamer. Give them a look. Go watch their 2-player game and playthrough and review, because I'm sure they got some good stuff to say. Alright? So yeah, this is my pick of the month. But yeah, not much else out this month, really. It's just been a pretty lame month for Kickstarters. A few good ones, but nothing that's really grabbing my fancy, really. So, there you go. That's a quickie roundup of some chosen March Kickstarters. Whether I'm on the cruise or not, I hope everybody enjoys the week. And while I'm off, just take care, enjoy some games. I've got some fillers over here that I'm going to be hoping to play on the cruise that Kinder have given me to have a look at. Q-Birds, Codex, Cafe, and there's another one down there. What's the other one? Can't see it. Oh yeah, Goblin Vaults. That's something that Thunderworks Games has given me. So hopefully I'll be able to play some fillers on the cruise, and then when I get back I can play some more bigger games like the 10 Penny Parks, which... they have sent me as well. Thunderworks have sent me this. I am interested to see if that's any good. I've heard good things from Z Garcia. But also, Kinder have supplied me with the Ratus Big Box. And this is one that I've been very keen to try, because I am very much into trying some of the older games, some of the older classic games. And I've heard stuff from the Dice Tower and Ratus. Yes, it looks like a beige Euro, although the cards with the the characters in it look pretty nice there. But I'm intrigued to see what Ratus is like. And with these extra modules... do they improve it? I don't know. It might take me a little while to get to that one because of all the expansion modules in it, but yeah, I'm keen to try some older stuff. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you on the next episode. Remember to thumb it up on YouTube and take care. And remember, as always, regardless of whether you're spending your money or not, remember, it's only a game, so spend wisely and heed my warnings. So take care, and bye-bye now.